and a very good evening, a very good afternoon. Welcome to Crafters TV for the final show of our Saturday. We were just discussing how quickly today has gone. It's absolutely flown by. If you've been with us over the course of the day today, hopefully you've enjoyed all of the shows. We've had a masterclass, we've had a bit of fun on Play Your Crafts Right, and we finish your day in the craft house. And we are really excited about the show coming up, featuring all things edibles. Now, before we get started with the show, I must just tell you there's lots of exciting news. It is National Craft Month, of course, March, and right throughout the month we're giving right throughout the month. Right throughout the month, not the munch, we are giving you loads of reasons to shop with us. And this weekend, well, brilliant reason to shop, because if you spend over £20 or $30, you will receive a free mystery gift in your basket. And by the way, if you decide to shop on this show and you spend over that amount, you'll get a free mystery gift. If you come back tomorrow and say you shop on Colour Me Happy, and you spend that amount again, you'll get another free mystery gift. So there's plenty of reasons to shop over the course of this weekend. Also, it's World Quilting Day today, so we've got a buy one, get one half price deal going on selected pre-cut half metre bundles. Also worth mentioning as well that with it being National Craft Month, we have got some brilliant deals for you too. The current deal that we've got running is 25% off selected Totally Tiffany items, and those selected items this time around being the Triangle Travellers. So if you've got your eye on one of those, definitely worth checking out the website and picking those up whilst that deal is valid. Whilst you're on the website as well, hopefully you got the email this morning which I got, which told you about the new blog which is there, all about lots of ideas for Easter. It's a really, really good read actually, giving you ideas of cards, of gift bags, of little boxes for Easter egg hunts. It's all there at our website. Make sure you do check it out. Now, as I said, plenty to look forward to on this show, plenty of edible goodies on the show for you as well. And well, I tell you what, she's been on absolute fire today, always is whenever she's in these studios. The lovely Lady Lilly is here. What you got up your sleeve for the final show?
Oh, I've got so many fabrages to take a look at during this show. I love edibles, and I know you guys at home loved your edibles as well, so hopefully we're going to be giving you lots of crafty inspiration, lots of great goodies for you to get crafting with. But I want to start with a little bit of inspiration, taking a look at just a few of the ranges that we're going to be looking at on today's show. So our statement word edibles, I love these dies. They are absolutely fantastic. So they cut above your card and also below as well to give you that fantastic effect. But what about using them in your shakers? So building up a stamp background, using some of your stamps you've already got in your stash, then adding acetate behind and adding a few sequins and bits of glitter into there gives you a fantastic effect. But perhaps you missed one of our latest launches of edible dies. These are our modern edibles, and these only launched just a few weeks ago. These are super, super new, hot off the press. So if you've not seen these before, then stay tuned because they are absolutely gorgeous. Using them with your glitter cards. What a stunning card you can create with some acetate onto there. So we'll be looking at our modern edibles as well. But perhaps you're more into your stamps and dies. Well, we've got something for you on this show as well. We have got our gorgeous Gemini Peekaboo stamp and dies. How much fun are these? We get the face, so the front of our characters. We also get the reverse as well, so you can create quite humorous, really, really fun cards. But how pretty, how bright and vibrant is that using the dies and the stamps within that collection? So that's a fabulous one we're going to also be taking a look at later in the show. If you do like your stamps, perhaps you like all things magical and a little bit mystical, if you love your unicorns, then stay tuned because we've got some of those on the show as well with our character over the edge stamp and dies. So easy to work with, but give you such an impressive effect with that over the edge effect onto your cards. Just fabulous, and lots of different designs in that collection as well. And finally, just one last one to share with you. We've got so much more on the show besides our lovely everyday word edibles, and we're even bringing these to you on the best ever price, which is incredible. These are almost like creator card dies in that they're really big sort of big statement dies, and they will create your whole card if you want to. So don't just think about them being edibles, think of them as almost like create a card dies. A little bit of inking through the dies, just a few pattern papers and some ribbon finishes off this card beautifully, but a nice quick make if that's what you're needing with your crafting. But lots and lots to get our teeth into in today's show. It's going to be absolutely fabulous. I can't wait, so make sure you stay tuned.
Plenty to whet the old crafting appetite. I've got 2 other things I want to bring to your attention as well in just a second. Before that, loads of you watching the show. We've got Grace on the socials. Hey, Grace. Corinne is with us. Carletta is here. Barbara A is with us from upstate New York. Linda from Maryland. Mary Reno says hello from a rainy and muddy Maine. Mary Pat 1000 is in. Nikon is with us. Panda Crafts is here. Hello to Adriana. Polyco. Terry H. Gilmore's here. Barbara A is with us as well. Jane says hello, everyone. Hi, Jane Wilson. And Corinne Beeston, it's catching on, says hello, Lady Lily and Lord Ben and all of the CTV crew. Yeah, Lord Ben, the legendary Lord Ben. That's what you call me, right, guys? Georgina doesn't believe me. The legendary Lord Ben and Lady Lily. We've got George Squared in the gallery steering the good ship craft this evening. And, of course, the lovely Tracy working hard behind the scenes as well. Before we move on, 2 bits of business to take care of. The first one, if you're not aware by now, where have you been? We've got the tape pens back in stock. Woohoo! The tape pens are back in stock, but guess what? Guess what? They're going fast. So what do you need to do? Check out now. Yes, we've got the tape pens. 4 of them you're going to get. You're only going to pay for 3, £9.57 or $14.28. Now is the time to stock up a craft room essential. 22 metres on each pen, 72 feet. Perfect for all of your card making, perfect for all of your sticking, perfect for your construction as well. Get them now. They're very, very busy. Get 4, only pay for 3. And if you say, well, it's nice that we've got the tape pens back, but it would be brilliant, wouldn't it, if we had especially if we had the dotty tape pens back in as well. Well, guess what? They're back in stock, but they're going fast. So what do you need to do? Check out now. George is on the joystick tonight and is on the money. You're going to get, again, 3 of these for that price, but we're going to chuck in a 4th one for free because we're like that. So for all of your delicate, tricky sticking, if you like, for those delicate die cuts, these are the bad boys that you need. During the last show in Masterclass, no word of a lie, we had people multi ordering these. Get them now whilst we've got them. Tell the story again. We had them back in at the top of the year. We had thousands. Everyone was like, oh, don't worry, we've got loads and loads to keep us going. They sold out in 2 weeks. We've got loads again this time, but if the demand is as high as it was last time, these will disappear within weeks. So get them now whilst you can. Do not run out. And once these do go, if you don't get them, don't come crying to me. Oh, no, I've given you fair warning, haven't I, guys? Yes.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Now, as well as that being very exciting, I don't normally kind of pull rank and go, oh, I want to show this before everything else. I just got to show you this deal on our double-sided dies, edgeable. So double-sided technology, edgeable dies at an unbelievable price, right? There's 7 of these that you're going to get. Your dancing butterflies, shining stars, fleur-de-lis, pretty florals, your lily borders, your joyful hearts, and your falling stars. So 1 die, giving you that edgeable detail, giving you the 2 cuts to be able to create beautiful edgeable detail like this. So you choose the colours that you want to work with and layer them up in all of the different designs. 7 in total for £21.82 or $25.18 if you're a platinum member. You have got to get these in your life. If you have not yet tried our double-sided dies, this is the deal to jump in and get. I can't believe the price that we're doing these for today. And again, not considering to use these just as edgeables, you can use these to kind of like make frames for your cards as well if you want to use these, as we were seeing a little bit earlier on. Oh, I thought that was a shaker. It's not, but great for creating those frames, great for getting in all of your other crafty bits and pieces as well. And also, as you've seen here, great for using the waste from the actual edgeables themselves elsewhere in your projects. So 1 die, 2 die cuts, 7 in total for £21. It's a phenomenal deal. I just thought I had to bring that to your attention this evening because they are going to be popular. We've also got the double-sided plates on the show for you as well, and only recently have we started bundling these up into the 2, so you're going to get the Gemini and the Junior plates within a bundle. We'll show you those in more detail a little bit later on. We're going to crack on with the show. with the statement, sentiment, word dies, the 6-piece collection. I'll show you all of the different designs that you're going to get here, and then we will get going with a demo because we're already, unbelievably, 10 minutes into the show. £23.98 is your platinum price here, $31.08. So you've got loads of beautiful sentiments from hello you and happy birthday to thank you, and that's where the spending stops here because we're actually going to give you 3 of these for free within this deal. You've got special day and just for you, and then lastly in this collection you've got best wishes, so it's kind of like a half price deal, better than a half price if you're a platinum member. And we were just chatting before the show, Lily, because I've seen a lot of our edgeables previously. I've not seen this collection before, and you've actually said this is one of your favourites.
Yeah, I absolutely love these dies. I think it's the font, it's just so stylish, quite modern if you want it to be, but I absolutely love these dies, and the price we've got them on today is absolutely incredible. So definitely snap these up while we've got them on this price. But there's so many different things you can be doing with these. Don't just think about cutting them into the top of your card, think about cutting them on the diagonal on all your fancy fold cards. Talking of fancy fold cards, absolutely bring them into your easel cards. Perhaps you've got handmade flowers that you've made, mix and match those in with your sentiments. You can be working these in with whatever else you've got in your crafty stash, or you can be using them as the complete focal point of your cards. They're big enough that they can absolutely hold their own on larger cards. They are absolutely fabulous, and for that price, wow, absolutely brilliant. I just love these.
Yeah, I mean, you do need to snap these up. It's going to be a very, very busy show once again. We're getting ready for our first demo. Few more hellos. Adriana says, Ben is like our teacher taking attendance. It's a little bit like that. There's loads of you in tonight, though. Gwen Terry says, aloha, Ben, Lily, and everyone. Robin is in from Wichita in Kansas. Sunny N is in from a snowy Maryland. Panda Craft says, woohoo, to the crafty crew. And Gilmore says, Ben is determined to have a shortage of tape pens again, lol. Yeah, if they do sell out in the next couple of weeks, you will know who to blame. Yes, I did just say lol. I did say lol, Georgina, because Gilmore typed down lol. She's just gone, lords don't say lol. This lord does. Linda's got the dotty tape pens. Matty says, I've got a pack of the 10 dotty tape pens, and thankfully they've just arrived. Gilmore says, hello, Tracy, Georgina, and George. And Sherry says, I cannot wait either, Lily. I've had so many edgeable dies to use. More ideas and ways to use them, please. Yay. And that's what we're going to do right now.
Start with our statement word dice that we've just been having a little look at, and I want to show you how we can actually use these on a twisted easel card. So something a little bit different, rather than just cutting them on the edge, perhaps traditionally how they've been designed to be used. You can of course be using them in your concept cards as well, which is just fantastic. So if we take a look at the actual die themselves, so I've gone for the just for you die, and you're actually getting 6 different sentiments within the collection, but I've gone for the just for you. And not only have we got the words in there, but every single die within the collection also has like a little embellishment, whether it be hearts like we've got here. Some of them have butterflies. It's just that extra little finishing touch that makes this that little bit more special. So we can see we've got a cutting line that runs through the die. At the very bottom, the for you is going to cut just into the cardstock, and then the just is going to cut at the top of the cardstock and sort of come away. But we'll see that when we come to cut this die. But we're going to start with our card base. So I've cut a piece of Centura Pearl cardstock. Of course, we've got this on today's show, and I've gone for the hint of silver. I have to say, I love this. It just looks so expensive, so luxurious. Just lifts your cards that little bit rather than just using a standard white plain card. So we've cut it to 5.5 by 11 inches, and all we've done to start with is we've just scored halfway, so at 5.5 inches. And now what we're going to do, we're going to sort of turn it on the diagonal. So we're going to score from this point down to that score line. And now the easiest way I find to do this is on your scoreboard, just put a mark down the very centre line of your scoreboard. I know a lot of you guys at home do exactly the same. I find it really, really helps for techniques like this. So what we're going to do is we're going to line up that top right hand corner with that score line, and following that exact same score line down. So because we know that we've marked that score line, we know it's exactly the same score line that we're following all the way down. We're going to match it up with that score line that we've already put at the halfway mark. And all we're going to do is we're going to take our scoring tool, and we're literally just going to score down just part of the way. We're not scoring all the way, we just need to score a little bit of the way, perhaps just an inch or so top and bottom. This is just going to be helping us to actually line our die up. So we're going to move that out of the way, and then we're going to grab our cutting plates. Now these will fit through your Gemini Junior machine, but it just depends on the size of the cardstock that you're actually cutting. So because I'm cutting slightly larger cardstock, I need my Gemini plates, my full-size Gemini. Now, the line that we looked at earlier, that is sort of our halfway point that we want to put on this score line. You can see at the end it's sort of tapered. It's almost like a little M shape at the end. That middle point is where that cutting line is going to be. So all we want to do is just turn our die over, line this up so it's nice and central onto our cardstock, and this is where we're using our score line that we put part way in earlier. So we're going to line that up so it's level with the score line. A little bit of low tack tape, just hold that into position. I'm just going to check that that's nice and central, and I'm happy with that. And then I'm going to run it through our die cutting machine. Perfect. Now, some people prefer to actually add just a little pencil mark as to where they're going to line the die up. Because we're actually going to be scoring this afterwards anyway, I just find it takes like one step out by adding a score line just to start with. Just need to make sure you don't score all the way through your cardstock. It's just a little bit at each end, just to help us with our positioning. And then we're going to complete the score line afterwards for as long as it needs to be. And once we've done our die cutting, we'll see exactly where we need our score line. So just gently removing that tape. With it being low tack, it will remove nice and easily from our cardstock. You can see we've got this beautiful design. We've literally just got, I think it's just the two pieces we need to push out, and that has cut absolutely beautifully. So all we're going to do is we're going to bring our scoreboard back in, and we're just going to complete that score line for as long as it needs to be. So lining our cardstock up again along that same score line, I'm going to complete the score line so it joins that cutting line that the die has added in. So that's where the cutting line finishes, so that's where the score line is going to start. And it literally is as easy as that to start off our card base. Then all we're going to do is we're going to fold in half. So that was that first score line we put into our cardstock, that score line at halfway. That's going to be our fold in half. And then we come back to this diagonal score line and just take a moment just to bend that into position. With this being a fairly delicate die cut, you just want to take a moment in order to just line that and make sure it's nice and secure, that score line, and you don't bend any of the pieces back where you don't want to. And I think I have done that the wrong way around. So we actually did that. Dear, I've done this again the second time today. I've cut that the wrong way. I needed to have cut it the other way. So if we look at this one, I cut it upside down.
Oh, because the way that I see what you mean. Yeah.
So always think about what you're doing before you do it. So we're going to bring in, luckily we've got one we've done earlier. So a little pattern emerging. What we needed to do is we needed to line, or we needed to think about the way we were actually going to have our card base.
It is late on a Saturday, Lily,
I
to
know.
be honest. We'll let you off.
Excuses, eh? Terrible. So what we've got is we've got our score line down the middle, then we've got our diagonal score line. So again, we're doing exactly the same with this one. We're literally just going to fold that up like so. And that's going to pop up like that. But I was talking earlier about these two little embellishments that we've got onto here. So what all I've done is I have cut the sentiment again in red, and I've literally just snipped out these two little hearts. So really easy to do, just a couple of cut lines just to complete that image. And what we're going to do is going to add a little bit of tacky glue onto the back of there, and we're literally just going to sort of paper piece those over the top to bring out that detail and bring the red design onto there. So the second one is quite a little dinky delicate piece, but it's just going to give us that extra bit of detail that's going to make this look really, really finished and really pretty. Now, in order to finish off this element here, I want to sort of add some colour behind the For You. So what I've done is I've taken some of the black Centura pearl, which we've also got on today's show. I'm going to add this as a panel behind this piece here, just to make that really pop. So I'm going to trim that corner off there, just because I don't want the black showing behind that part. I just literally want it behind the For You. I'm going to add glue. I'm not going to add glue actually. I'm going to add some of my dotty tape pen. So I'm going to add a piece of scrap card. And I'm going to take my dotty tape pen.
They're back in stock.
Are they really?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if we've mentioned it much.
No, I don't really chatted about it.
No. I'm going to add a little bit of our adhesive onto the back of there. And then line our cardstock up so it's covering that element. Just making sure that's all covered, yeah. And then all I'm going to do is I'm just going to trim off that edge. So I always say it's easier to start off with your cardstock a little bit larger than it needs to be, and then cut it down to size afterwards. That way you are less likely to get it the wrong size. You just cut it a little bit bigger than it needs to be, and then you can trim it down as much as you need to afterwards. And then that gives us that detail onto there, and it just makes that pop a little bit more. We're going to bring in a few mats and layers now onto the bottom section.
Yes.
So I've got some lovely pattern paper. This is from the Spring Fever paper pad, if any of you have that at home. I know it's available on the website. So if you've not got that one, definitely check it out on the web. So we've cut this down into a square, and then we've got a slightly larger piece of that exact same black Centura pearl. Just gives it that real pop. The red and white against the black looks really quite classy and quite striking.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then that same red cardstock that we used to paper piece our hearts back in, we've got another layer of that that's ever so slightly larger, and I tend to cut my mats and layers about 1/4 inch larger as I go up the sizes, just to give you that nice thin border. It gives you a really elegant finish when you've got quite thin mats and layers, but it's totally up to you. If you prefer slightly thicker mats and layers, then absolutely, that's personal preference, but I tend to go for fairly thin mats and layers. And like we were talking about earlier, if I was at home, I'd probably be gutting that cardstock. Yeah, just to save me a little bit of cardstock. And we're going to glue this to the very bottom section, like so. I want to bring that design from the bottom of the card up to the top, just to keep that flow between the two sections of the card. So what I've done is I've taken some of those same pattern papers, I've laid it up, and I've cut the bottom into sort of like a sloping, what's like a banner sort of design. I'm going to add some tape onto the back of there, just a little bit onto there with it being a diagonal, just to make sure that there's enough on the edge. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to position it down, and again we're going to be trimming this down to size. So rather than trying to get that exact same slope that was going to follow perfectly, I've just cut it just in a normal straight line, and all we're going to do once we've glued that down is we're going to turn it over and then just trim from behind to give us a neater finish. Then I know that that mat and layer is going to follow that slope, and it's going to be perfect.
Clever.
Yeah, it's so much easier just to cut things down afterwards. By having the slope on that side and the slope at the top as well, it gives you that sort of flow rather than having that sloping design and it's square on the bottom. It just gives you a little bit of interest, gives you something a little bit different onto there. And then in order to make this into a proper twisted easel card, like any good easel card, we need a stopper. So I've stamped Enjoy Your Day, and that's actually one of the accessory stamps from your left fold alphabets. If you got those from Masterclass earlier today, then you'll have these stamps, and I've stamped that onto Centura Pearl, that same snow white hint of silver that we used for our card base. Added my mats and layers in my black Centura Pearl and my red, just to keep that flow going throughout the card. And that's how easily, apart from my little slip up at the start, don't forget to make sure that you cut it the right way around and not upside down. But once you've got your head around that and you've taken a little bit of time to think about exactly what you're doing, you can create cards that are quite interesting and a little bit different, but really quite easily using your fantastic statement, sentiment words. Just so much fun.
Sundial, that one.
Just, do you know what? I know what you mean. Yeah, I can see what you mean there.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Sundial card. I really love it. Nee Conniger says, I love that hearty printed cardstock. Yeah, from the Spring Fever card pad, paper pad, if you want to have a look for that. I know that is available. We're going to recap on this. Loads of you watching. Thank you for all the lovely comments coming through. Let us know what you're up to this weekend. What have you got planned? I know you'll obviously be watching us here at Crafters TV, but let us know what you are doing this weekend. Seems like we've got lots of snow about the place. Lots of people saying that the weather conditions wherever you are a little bit inclement. Dawn just saying hi hi to all my crafty friends. Someone back to college in Rochester yesterday ahead of the storm. Snowed in here in northwest New Jersey with all of you. It will melt eventually. It certainly will. Christine Mahoney joins us. Hello. Linda Ryan joins us. Kirsty D says, I've just ordered the dotty tape pens. Yes. And some nuclear cutting plates. The two things I've been waiting for are back in stock. The Crazy Crafter is with us from West Michigan, where it's only 18 degrees, windy and snowy. Lynn Harvey, hello, says, hi Ben, Lily and the CTV team. That's George Squared, the social superstar. That's Grace and everyone. And Pammy says, here, but I can't hear you all. My daughter is blaring music in the kitchen while she's making herself lunch. You've done that sign there, like the rocker sign, so it's obviously a bit of, let us know what she's blaring. We were blaring the music out here before the show as well. A bit of AC/DC. Gets the old blood pumping, doesn't it? Let's have a look at this collection in all of its glory that you're going to receive. It's basically a buy three, get three, to be honest with you, because a half price deal, and you've seen just a bit of a snapshot as to the kind of things that you can be creating with these edgeables. This is the Statement Sentiment collection. So you've got your Hello You and your Happy Birthday. Then you've got your thank you, and that's pretty much where the spending stops, because the next three that you're going to get within this collection you are receiving for free. If you want to be able to recreate the card that Lily has just made, it's the Just For You that she used just a few moments ago there, which is included, and then you've also got your best wishes too. So it should be, what, £60, almost $78. That is a £23.98 platinum deal if you're shopping with us here in the UK. If you're a US viewer, $31.08, which really is stunning. Joy Sampson says, hi everyone from a stormy Riverdale. Hi Ben, hello. Hi Lily. Hello. Hi crew. Hello. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I could hear her.
Do it again, Georgina. Shh. Let us know if you could hear that. I'm sure you could. Does the mic not work in the studio anymore? See if that works very quickly. Hang on, George is going to lean over. Do you remember we should do the God mic and wake up call? Here we go. George is just shuffling a few bits and pieces around. Hang on, here we go. I think he's going to press it any second.
Hello?
Oh, it didn't work. I heard you go, hello, but we didn't get that in the studio, George, unfortunately. Yeah, I know, really. Yeah, you're better off shouting down the corridor. You're better off shouting down the corridor like Georgina did. Right, let's move on. Linda says, what a lovely card. Mary, love that card. Lovely card, Lily says, Mary Pat. Jerry saying, cold here in Michigan, 16 degrees, making chicken and rice tortilla soup. Dawn says, lovely Lily, makes lovely cards. She does. And Barbara and Sherry both saying how much they love Lily's makes. Centura Pearl is something that we've been chatting about, and we've got two collections for you. The Pastel Tones collection, and that's got the hint of in there for you. So that gorgeous a hint of snow white is included. 10 sheets of that you're going to get. Also, I think we call this pumpkin. The orange is absolutely gorgeous. I love that so much, and I'm so pleased that you can see, even from a bit of a long shot there, the sheen that you get off our Centura Pearl. It's gorgeous cardstock, and of course the great thing is about this that you've got a really nice weight of cardstock for all of your construction projects as well. 310 GSM. You've got the 10 sheets of beautiful mint green included in this collection. Also, you're going to get 10 sheets of the lilac, and lastly you're going to get the baby blue doo 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 doo, baby blue doo 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 doo. 11.20 or 19.20 is the deal on this one if you're a platinum member. Everyone saves 30%, less another 20 if you are a platinum member. And then we've got your bold colours. Bold. And there's, well, a lovely selection of colours right here. So this is 10 sheets of your gorgeous cherry. And this isn't Centura Pearl, everybody. This is not Centura Pearl. This is Entura Pearl, mate. Entura, a bit of a typo there, we'll correct that. You've got cherry. We've missed out a bit on the front of the screen. Where's the C gone? You've got 10 sheets of black. How gorgeous is that? Yes. It's not Ventura, Centura. You've also got your deep purple. You're going to get the gorgeous royal blue. 10 sheets there, and then also, I mean, how gorgeous is this as well? The fuchsia, absolutely beautiful. And as if by magic, we've now got the Centura Pearl Bold Shades 50 sheet collection. Again, that is a 30% saving. Platinum deal is £11.20 or $19.20 if you're shopping with us in the US. Now, we've got the Over the Edge collection, which I absolutely love because it's cute, it's fun, it's different. Bad news first up though, because we had the May Your Day Sparkle set, which is that beautiful fairy. That was available individually. It is available no more. Don't scream and shout, but that has now sold out. Yes, it's disappeared, it's gone. That is out of here. But we do, however, have a lovely collection of Over the Edge characters with a 70% saving. We've got some amazing deals again today. 5 different collections, 15 dies, 50 stamps in total for £14 and change or $20.34, which is unbelievable. The characters are the cutest ever in this collection. The sentiments are the cutest ever as well. Sorry you're feeling woof. Woof. And also in this collection, you have got the ability to be able to pop your characters wherever you want. I'll show you the boards in just a second, but that's the genius about this collection, Lily, isn't it? That you don't just get one die, you get a die which is, it's almost like broken into little bits, isn't it? To pop your character wherever on your project, isn't it? That's the whole point here.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's so much versatility with this collection. It's up to you whether you cut them on the side, at the top of your card, whether you just cut them out entirely as a topper. It's completely up to you. You don't even have to use the dies at all. You can literally just use the stamps
like
as they are on their own. How fabulous does that look?
Yeah.
Super, super striking. Perhaps you're using your left fold alphabet dies that you got on the earlier show.
Idea.
You could work that in with these, absolutely. But there's a range of designs within this collection. Some of them super, super cute. Some of them slightly more grown up if you want them to be. So I think something for everybody within this collection, but just fabulous.
And again, this shows you here exactly what you're going to get. So yeah, some a little bit more super cutesy, some a little bit more for like those kids who are sort of in the in-between age. You know what I mean? Where they're maybe a little bit too old for things like cutesy bears, but you know, there's still like the things like the fairies or the unicorns, for example. This one here is your, I want to call this Birthday Bear, but it's called Birthday Balloons. But you've got a gorgeous stamp set, loads of other additional stamps as well as your main element there. So there's candles, there's the presents, there's all of the different sentiments that you get. And there's the dies that you get with this as well. So you've got the ability to cut your little bear on the left side, on the right side, on the top, which is just phenomenal. Then you've got your birds and blooms as well. So again, beautiful birds around that little watering can. Pop them wherever you want them to go within that collection. Super cute, super versatile, and lots of fun. And on top of that as well, you've got the 4 other sets. So you've got the beautiful butterflies. You've got the little doggies, which I showed you a few moments ago there. And then also you're going to get the unicorn too. So those ones also included in this collection. In total, it is 15 dies and 50 stamps that you're going to get for an unbelievable deal. £14.38 or $20.34 for that collection. Absolutely worth jumping in and grabbing today if you've not yet got it. I've not seen it any lower than that personally. You have got a stunning, stunning deal right there. Also stunning, and kind of for a different reason, I suppose, are your modern edgeables. Launched these on the 22nd of February. First time that I saw these was this morning on Play Your Crafts Right when we previewed them. And again, these are so super versatile, super gorgeous. Take a look at the designs that you're going to be getting within this collection. Whether you are using these, whether you're, oh no, I wonder what you meant then. Georgie goes, say the word. These are the Japanese anemone.
Pretty flowers.
The pretty flowers from Japan that you have got the ability to use, you know, as an edgeable should you wish. If you want to snip into these, you can do. If you want to use these for, you know, things like your boxes, I think these would be absolutely perfect. I love the project that Lily made a little bit earlier on, which you'll see in just a while actually, because it won. It was from this set, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it was the demo of the show. With the beautiful butterflies, you know, using these elements on things like your scrapbooking pages as well. There's so much more that you can do with these than just use them as edgeables for your cards. Plenty of paper piecing opportunities with these as well. Lily made a beautiful scrapbook page with this die a little bit earlier. And once again, thinking about using these more than once. So what we mean by that, of course, is, you know, using it as an edgeable, but then again, cutting it once again, snipping it into elements, creating more of a 3D effect by adding layers to the butterflies. This fairy, again, absolutely stunning. Woodland fairy, so much detail there. Potentially, you know, if you wanted to Get your colours out, potentially if you wanted to do some paper piecing there as well as the options. And then you've got that Bonnie Bore as well. It is a 6-piece stunning collection, launched literally, a couple of weeks ago now, and proving very, very popular. Still got that great deal that you would have seen at launch for just £35.96 platinum or $46.60. And as you said, like as much as these are edgeables in name, you showed and proved earlier on that again, these are not, you can use these in all sorts of different ways, can't you?
Absolutely, and that's one of the things that I love about our edgeables in general. Yeah, they're great on the edge of your cards, but you can use them for so many different uses besides. Now I'm just going to take a little look, a little bit of inspiration with our fantastic modern edgeables that Ben's just been showing us. We've been talking about paper piecing and how incredible does that look on these lovely flowers from Japan, as we like to call them. Again, we're mixing in some of that spring fever paper pad. I think everyone's loving that paper pad at the moment, but bringing in your acetate and your paper piecing looks fabulous. But how about perhaps you're not into your paper piecing, but do you like your inking perhaps? Bring in your concept cards, your fold back cards, a little bit of inking onto white cardstock gives you a really, really fabulous effect with these. But a little bit similar to what we did earlier, snipping into our die cut, layering that up over the top, a little bit of glitter and sparkle onto there, gives you an amazing effect, and a little bit of acetate behind just to support that. Using it perhaps more traditionally on the edge of a card, but lots and lots of different uses with these dies, as we're going to have a little bit of a look at in just a moment.
We certainly are. Thank you for the messages coming through. It's busy on the comments tonight. It's a busy old Super Saturday. Everybody heard the Georges shouting down the corridor. Georgia says, hi Georgina, I heard her, Ben. Everyone says that they could hear George as well. So there you go. Apparently it was your big
booming voice.
Big booming voice. No, it must have been through the wall because you didn't come through on the speaker. No, I heard you through the wall, to be honest with you. Lisa Glenn says, good evening, everyone. Always enjoy spending time with my favourite crafty friends. Rose says, hi, crafty friends from a cold and snowy Delaware. Robbie says, I have several of these over the edge sets. I love how you can cut it in 3 and 4 ways. Absolutely. Joy saying, these are beautiful, gorgeous samples. And Ro on, just as Ro Davis says, Ben is looking like a purple lumberjack today. Thank you. We've gone for the check kind of plaid look today, haven't we?
Certainly have, yeah, we're all matching.
Yeah, it was a sort of a checky sort of plaid sort of day, really. But thank you. Let us get on with another demo then, because we're going to have a look at these in more detail. Any more questions that you've got, any more chat you want to throw our way? We're enjoying all of your comments this evening, but let's get this next demo started. What are you going to be using? We're
going to be taking a look at our modern edgeables, and I've gone for the spring tulips, just perfect for this time of year, and it's such a gorgeous design within this die set. So if we take a look at the die itself, so it cuts out on this left hand side and then it'll stay in on the right hand side, as there's no cutting edge on that side. And we've been talking about using them in our cards, lots of different uses in our card making, but it's not just about card making. Of course, we can create boxes as well with this range of dies, which is fantastic. So I've cut a piece of that Centura Pearl hint of silver, Snow White. I was going to say hint of snow, and not quite right.
Hint of snow.
And I've cut it to 10.5 inches by 5 inches. On the left hand side, we've scored in at 1 inch. And then from the bottom, we have scored in at 2.5 inches. Then all we've done is we've just sort of chamfered those lines, like when we're making a box, just to take that bulk out. And when we come to stick it together, it's going to give us a neater finish. So what we're going to do is we're going to start by cutting in our tulip into this panel. So taking our die, I'm going to try not to get it upside down, but don't worry, I've got one I've cut earlier in case I do it once again.
Would this be the third today? I think
Come on, Lily, we don't want these growing downwards. Tulips grow upwards, Lily, they grow upwards. So the two heads we're having at the top, this is our flat for the bottom. It's all looking good. Let's see if we can do it.
Keep everything crossed, everybody.
We're lining this up. See, I tape it down into position every time so it doesn't move, but the problem is it's in the wrong position. Don't matter whether I've got tape on or not. So then we're going to tape on the other side just so it doesn't move. Lining that up so we've got the same distance on the left as we do on the bottom. So it's going to be nice and central. So again, these will fit through your Gemini Junior. Just depends on your card size as to whether you do need your large size of Gemini. Because this is 10.5 by 5 inches, I think it was, we do need our large format Gemini. But if you are doing smaller cards, then you'll be absolutely fine with your Gemini Junior. Just depends what you've got in your stash at the moment at home. But you can absolutely still use these dies and still create fabulous makes, even if you just have your smaller format Junior. Right, moment of truth. Have I cut it upside down? Ooh, doo, 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 doo. Remove our tape. Ease away the... Would you look at that? I've cut a die right.
Yay.
Wow. Oh, thank goodness for that. Fabulous. So that's how gorgeously it cuts into our cardstock. So you can see we've cut it out on that right hand side, but on the left hand side it's cut in. So if we were to complete that line like up and down like so, we'd release that element. But all we've done is we've taken a craft knife and we've just cut around that edge in sort of a box shape, and that's going to give us an effect just like this.
Wow.
So all you need to do is just 3 little lines using your craft knife just to create this into almost like a window design, if you like. So we're bringing that in, and then what we're going to do is we've taken a piece of vellum and we've just cut this slightly smaller than our panel. This is from the fabulous Sarah Signature Vintage Butterflies.
Yes.
So if any of you guys at home have got this collection, it's an absolute corker, I have to say. The papers and the vellums in this pad are something else. And we're going to add this vellum. It's an 8 by 8 vellum pad, and it's just beautiful. I'm going to add this behind our die cut element. So I've had some of my solid tape pen around the edge, but for the detailed bit in the middle, I'm going to add our dotted tape pen. So you can mix and match your tape pens. Different tape pens, different uses. They're both fabulous. Of course, you both need them all in abundance. But
and they're all back in stock as well, by the way.
Are they?
Yes.
I don't know if we've mentioned that, but apparently they're back in stock.
Yeah, Georgina says it's the first time she's heard of it, but yeah, both the Dotty and the tape pen are back in stock. We're going to flash up the details for you. And listen, I don't need to say anything at this point. You can enjoy the demo. Just take note of what will flash up at the top of your screen. Everything is there for you in 3 easy to manage pieces of information.
Sing along at home, chant along at home, if you like.
And the next one. So once again, let's just recap on that, George, very quickly. All together, we do it all together. Ready? So the Dotty on the Dotties, same message for the Dotty tape pens. So it's going to come up on your screen here. All together now. After 3, here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Back in stock.
Yep. Which means they are going fast.
Going fast.
Yep. And you need to
Check out now.
check out now.
Not later.
No.
Now.
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 Yeah. We need another one saying not later.
Not later. Lily says not later. Lily says
Lily
now.
Says not later. Yes. Now.
Yeah.
So there we are. They are going very, very
The time
quickly.
is now.
Multi-buying as well. Lots of people getting 2, 3, 4 sets of those, because you pay for 3, get the 4th for free within those sets. And this really is turning into a stunning demo.
And we're only on panel number 1. So what we've done is we've taken some of the paper from that same collection, the Vintage Butterflies. We've trimmed it into a rectangle slightly smaller than this box size. And then we've just added that rectangular frame into the middle so we can still see that beautiful design of our tulips that we've cut in. That could just, and looking at that now, that could just be a card front if you wanted it to be. Sentiment, maybe a little ribbon bow, it'd be a card done. Super, super simple, but so, so striking. Now remember at the start we trimmed our panels of our box, and we've done that 3 more times. And for these 3, we're just going to add some pattern paper onto there. So we're sort of having 1 feature panel, which is using our edgeable, and then we're having 3 that are sort of our normal size of the box, if you like, which we're just layering up with some of our lovely pattern paper. Now this could be any paper that you've got in your stash at home, but the Vintage Butterflies works really, really beautifully with these. With them being floral and butterfly themed designs, I'm sure you guys at home will have lots of pretty pattern papers which will match really, really nicely with these. Like I was saying earlier, we're all loving that Spring Fever paper pad at the moment. That works wonderfully with these. But if you want to go down the more slightly shabby chic vintage effect, then the Vintage Butterflies is a fabulous one as well. So we're doing exactly the same with this final panel. So we've got 1 panel where we cut our edgeable into there and added the vellum behind and then the paper as a frame onto the front, and then our other 3, what we've done is we've just had a panel of the paper that we're adding onto there. Now we're going to start building our box. So we're just going to start to reinforce our score lines. So we've added our score lines in, but we're just going to fold them back and burnish them so they're nicely scored, nice and crisp, and then we're going to start to construct our box. Now this is quite a nice large format box, which is fabulous because it shows off these lovely dies to their full potential. You can see that they completely fill that one side of the box, so they really do hold their own, not just on cards, but also on your boxes as well. Now I'm going to start sticking the panels together. The way I find easiest to do this is stick the panels together first, and then we can stick the base of the box on. So I was talking earlier how fabulously strong these tape pens are.
Yeah.
So not just for your matting and layering, but also for your construction.
Now, I think I asked you this last week, but I'll ask again because I am like a goldfish from my memory. So you're obviously using the tape pen to construct now.
Yeah.
Is this what you would use at home if you were doing this, in your own time, or would you take more time and use the red liner tape?
Oh, it's a hard one. I sort of flip and flop between them, but absolutely you can be using your tape pens for your construction and it will still hold really, really well. It's not just for speed and it's going to sort of fall apart 5 minutes later. They will hold with your tape pen, so you don't need to worry about that. So they are perfect for your construction. I just sometimes will use red liner and sometimes use my tape pens, but both of them will give you a fantastic bond when you are doing your construction projects, which is one of the reasons why these tape pens are so incredible. To be able to have a tape pen that will build us a box like we are doing here,
yeah,
it's just amazing. Because at the end of the day, this needs to be nice and sturdy. It needs to be stuck together properly, and you can absolutely do that with your tape pens.
You know what, I'm kind of glad it's just you in today as well, because I would feel very sorry for anyone else who was coming up against you today on the vote of the day. Because I mean, you always smash it out the park, but I think today particularly, Lily, your mates have been amazing.
Oh, thank you.
No, I've really enjoyed them. Honestly, I'm glad that I didn't have to vote today, because the projects have been stunning, and you will have a heck of a job later on voting for your favourite in this show, and then voting on your favourite for the day as well, because if you missed the previous 2 shows, the makes that Lily has put together as well have been great. But in saying that, also a lot of that, of course, is down to the amazing goodies that we bring to you, because obviously you're then inspired to create these amazing projects as well. So it's a bit of a two-way street, isn't it, really?
Absolutely. I mean, I'm always inspired by the products. When you've got fantastic products like we do, it just makes it easy to craft with. You find that the ideas flow so quickly. I mean, my problem is stopping coming up with ideas and actually going to sleep at some point on an evening. But, you know, they are just absolutely fantastic and so much fun. You know, you guys know at home, I just love crafting. So, yeah, it's a pleasure to be here with you guys today, sharing my inspiration with you. So what we've done is we've stuck all the sides together. Now we need to, I'm going to say worry about our base. We're not going to worry about it. We're going to deal with it. So I was talking earlier about, we were talking earlier about red liner tape. And this is an instance where I would be using my red liner tape. Just because we've sort of half built the box, it would be quite difficult to get my tape pen onto here and actually start sticking, just because it's not on a flat surface. So what I'm doing is I'm using my red liner tape to build this this box base. So adding a piece onto there, and then we're going to close these 2 flaps and stick these down. So I find it easiest to stick the 4 panels of the box together to start with, and then build your base, and then we're going to stick another little panel on the base of the bottom of the base, just to finish it off and give us a neater finish. But just sticking down 1 flap at a time. So there's a flap from each side of the box. So you've got 4 flaps in the base of your box that you're literally just going to stick together. And using my red liner tape, just so I don't have to try and use my tape pen in midair, it would just be a little bit tricky to do that. It would be doable, but I find it's easier with my red liner tape. So again, different adhesives, different uses. That looks okay, it looks neat enough, but just to make it look even neater, we've trimmed another panel down. So this is about 4 inches square, and now we're going to bring our tape runner back in. Because we can use it on a flat surface really easily, this is going to be perfect for gluing the bottom of our base on to give us that fantastic finishing touch onto there. It just makes it look that little bit more professional,
Yeah.
but will also reinforce your base of your box. So you're going to get a really, really strong and sturdy base of that box. It's really quite a strong box, quite a sturdy box. With it being 310 GSM Centura Pearl, it's nice and strong. Now that's our box base, but it's a little bit holey at the moment. We need a lid to it for sure. So we're bringing in the lid that we've started to put together. This is measuring about 6 1/4 by 6 1/4, and we've scored in at 1 inch on each side. We've added some of those pretty pattern papers, exactly the same ones that we used for the base of our box, and that's just going to have, it's just going to make the lid and the base coordinate nicely, and we're going to get that flow all the way through the box. Rather than it looking like a disjointed box lid and box base, it's going to look like a really finished professional box. So we're adding some of our tape pen onto each tab, and we know that with it being a super strong adhesive, that it's going to stick our box lid together really well, and it's not going to fall apart 5 minutes later, which is never good, is it? Not what we want. Final tab, sticking together. In order to finish this off, I have taken a little die cut tag. I've added some of the paper from our collection onto there. I've stamped a little sentiment onto the back, and that's just from the collection. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to add a bow onto that. So I'm going to add a little bit of tape pen onto that, like so. So we're going to secure that, and in order to hide that adhesive that we've just added onto our ribbon, we don't want to stick our tag down. We want our tag to sort of be able to flap free so we can see exactly what we've got written on the other side. And of course, that could be your message, it could be your recipient's name, it could be anything at all, but just adding our bow onto the centre of that.
That's amazing.
And then as a finishing touch, all we've got is a string of lights.
Oh, that's
Can
great.
add our lights into the centre, and with using the vellum, it gives us that light effect.
Can we turn the lights down?
We've still got a bit of the design showing through from the vellum, but with it being vellum, we've got that translucency, so you can see the lights coming through there, and it just gives you that little point of difference. Can you imagine that on maybe the centre of a table, perhaps you're having an Easter themed meal with all your family, and you want a little decoration, a little centrepiece? How fabulous would that be? But actually, as you could see, it was quite easy to create. Just the one die cut using our fabulous modern edgeables, and it could be any of the designs within that set. Creating your box from scratch with the 4 separate panels. How fabulous does that look?
I've got to tell you, for me, hello?
Hello? Anybody
for me,
home?
that's my favourite demo of the day so far.
Oh,
It's
wow.
amazing. And loads of you are commenting. Karen has just said, Lily, could you please recap on the measurements of that box? Because
Absolutely.
I missed it.
Right, let's bring this in and let's measure up. So for the sides, you're going to need to cut 4 of these, and it's 5 inches by 10 1/2.
Okay.
So cut 4 of those, and then scoring from the left side, 1 inch from the left, and then from the bottom, we're going to score at 2 1/2 up. So 10.5 by 5, scoring in at 1, 2 1/2. We're going to need to cut 4 of those, and then for your base is going to need to be 4 inches by 4 inches. That's going to be your separate base, and then for your lid, I believe it was 4 and it was 5 by 5, and then you scored in at 1 inch.
Okay. Fantastic. Awesome collection. Pammy says, love that box. And loads of you as well chatting about the tape pens. We'll mention that again in just a second. Just to recap on all of the designs that you're going to get within this collection. Oh, by the way, no, hang on, Ben. Finish what you're doing first and then come on to that in a second, because otherwise you'll get yourself confused and everyone else confused as well. So the Modern Edgeables collection is it's this collection here. It is stunning. Love the fact that, yes, you're going to be working these into your projects to create the most stunning cards. But again, how nice is it to see those tulips being used to create that beautiful box. Lots of different ways to be able to use all of the different designs that you're going to get in this collection. Super craftable and a really super price today as well. Just $44.95 if you are shopping with us in the UK, $58.25 if you're shopping in the US. If you're platinum, another 20% comes off. As I've said, hang about till the end of the show. If you can't, certainly do come back in just under an hour's time, when I'll show you the make which one demo of the show earlier on and play your crafts right with that beautiful cascading butterflies die. This is gorgeous too, the Woodland Fairy, absolutely stunning. The detail is phenomenal again. I mean, hats off to our guys who design these and make these dice, because the level of detail we get into our edgeables is quite simply phenomenal. That's the Bonnie Bow to complete this collection. And you're going to get all 6 of those for that price today of just £35.96 if you're platinum, or $46.60. Also, just worth bearing in mind before we come on to the items which are back in stock, tape pens, I do believe, I mentioned earlier on about those double-sided dies. I think if you were looking for those, we had a few gremlins. Hopefully, those are now there. So the double-sided dies, the 7 that you get for that unbelievable price, you will be able to find on the website. Just a few comments coming through. Well, I say a few comments. Okay, here we go. So these are the comments for that last demo. So Jeffrey says, most outstanding box. Christy says, awesome box. Bethan says, absolutely gorgeous, Lily. Curran says, gorgeous box. Candice says, beautiful box, Lily. How pretty, says Carletta Mills. Curran says, that's demo of the show. Absolutely beautiful, says Linda. Gorgeous, says Adriana. Oh, wow, swoon over the moon.
Ooh, nice.
Love
like
this,
that.
Lily.
Like that. Over the moon.
Over the moon.
Yeah, like that.
Enchanted Craft Fairy says, yes, this is fantastic. Mary Reno says, oh, wow, that is fabulous, Lily. Jane Wilson says, stunningly awesome. Exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. That is stunning, says Lorna Jane Hunter. Joe Deadman says, beautiful. And Sherry Dover says, finally, a grand idea for creating Easter decoration for my dining room area. I'm going to put a box like that with an Easter theme on my shelf in there. Thank you, Lily.
Fabulous. Sounds amazing.
I'm not finished. Sarah C says, demo of the show for me too, and of the day, and of the week.
Wow.
Marie Logston says, stunning box. Heart, 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 rose.
Oh, thank you.
Enchanted Craft Fairy says, really love all the modern edgeables, and that demo is so fabulous.
Oh.
And Christine Mahoney says, gorgeous. Thank you for all those lovely comments. You guys are too much. But it has been a brilliant, brilliant show and a brilliant day. Now, brilliant day as well, because we learn over the course of the day today. I know George of the Joysticks itching here to do this, because he's got this new thing up here, which you'll see as I talk about it. He loves it. I'm not too bothered about it, to be honest with you. So he's got... They're going, you are an enabler, you're making him do it. We've got the tape pens, they're back. They've been out of stock for so long. Ooh, finally.
And now they're off.
Now they're off. Hang on a second, now that one just jumped out. Where's he gone? Finally, these are back in stock. Now, you're going to get 4 of these, 1, 2, 3, but you're only paying for those. We're giving you the 4th one for free of the tape pens. Get them whilst they're here. £9.57 if you're platinum, $14.28. Here's the thing, they are back in stock. However, they're going fast. So I've got a message for you. You better check out now, because they are flying. Really busy. People buying twice, thrice, 4 times, 5 times over. These are really, really popular. 22 metres on each tape pen, which is 72 feet. You've got tons here. And you will know, right, if you've used these before, how great our tape pens are. If you've never used them, honestly, get them. As a few of you will know, I'm doing a bit of crafting now. My daughter, she loves it. We don't have a huge crafty stash, but we have some wet glues, but the adhesive that we use time and time again are the tape pens and the dotty tape pens, because they're so easy to use that you're sticking pretty much everything, and well, at these sort of prices today, they're super inexpensive. So the tape pens are flying. The dotty tape pens, guess what about the dotty tape pens? Yes, they are back in stock. You're going to get 4 for $11.98 or $16.68. You get 1, you get 2, you get 3, and then we, for that price on screen, throw in the 4th one for free. However, these are back in stock, the dotty tape pens, which you're going to be using for those elements which were a little bit tricky to stick. You know, if you're ever trying to get your glue in place and you're getting it all over the place with those more intricate die cuts, that's where these bad boys come into place. However, saying they're back in stock, you know what I'm going to say next? And also, if they're going fast, You need to check out now. You've got to do it because, like a lot of you said, you know what, you bought these. Lisa says, I've ordered my tape pens. I wouldn't want Ben to say I told you so. No, you wouldn't want that, would you? You would not want that. You wouldn't want me saying, look, I told you. Get them now because they are going fast. Take note of what is on the screen here, whether it's the Dotty, whether it's the tape pens. Do this and we will come back in about 2 or 3 minutes' time with more inspiration for you. Check out now. Do it.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% of your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
We've had to make some changes to our shipping charges and we want to keep you informed. With continued pressure on domestic shipments around mainland US, we've had to temporarily increase the cost of our regular 6 to 10 working day standard shipping service from $9.99 to $12.95 and our free shipping threshold from $100 to $125. We also have some really great news to tell you. We've introduced a brand new shipping service called Express Delivery. This is a fully tracked door-to-door service which takes 3 to 7 working days and costs $19.95. This option means you'll get your crafty goodies in your hands sooner, meaning less waiting and more crafting. We're also upgrading delivery services for our Gold and Platinum Club Inspire members who will now receive priority delivery on all of their orders. And if that wasn't enough, we've upgraded these orders to our new Express 3 to 7 day service. Your patience and understanding throughout this very busy time has been amazing. So we'd just like to say a huge thank you and we look forward to chatting to you again very soon.
Quick Buy, all your crafty must-haves in a flash.
Make light work of intricate and delicate die-cutting designs with the Pokey Tool from Crafter's Companion. An absolute essential part of any paper crafter's kit, its precise tip has been designed to release the tiniest pieces to reveal your finished results with absolute precision. And to make sure your finished project is perfect, each Pokey Tool has a rubber tip protector, so there's no risk of damaging your die-cutting design or yourself. The Crafter's Companion Pokey Tool is such an essential craft item, we've included 2 in each set.
Quick Buy, get yours now.
Hello. That was a bit of a dramatic fade in there, wasn't it? Or was that just on my screen? It was very dramatic there. No, it was like I wasn't on screen and there was like a fade in, so I waited for the fade. You were saying, go Ben, and I wasn't there. That's why I waited. Maybe it was just my screen. It took ages. Anyway, there's loads of lovely comments coming through about that last demo. If you get a chance, if you haven't been with us over the course of the day today, please do check back on the other shows. It's been an amazing show. Masterclass earlier on with the left fold alphabets and more, and also Play Your Craft site earlier on where Lily was doing some amazing demos. Corinne has just said, Lily, could you please post the measurements and instructions for that box on your page, please? I'm sure Lily can do that for you, no problem at all. Also, just worth bearing in mind that it's all changed tomorrow, isn't it? Because it's daylight savings in the US, the clocks change. So for the next 2 weeks, this is how it's going to look for you because we catch up with you at the end of March, 27th of March, we put our clocks forward. But for the next couple of weeks, as of tomorrow, these are the new times for you. So Saturday and Sunday. So this will come into effect for Colour Me Happy tomorrow. We're here 12 through 1:30 for the first show. That'll be an 8 o'clock start for our viewers watching on the East Coast, 5 a.m. Pacific. 3 o'clock show, which tomorrow is all about the foil press, 3 till 5. It's a masterclass, 11 o'clock Eastern Time, 8 a.m. Pacific. And then tomorrow evening, of course, Second Chance Sunday, where we're here at 7 Eastern Time. That'll be 3 o'clock, midday for our viewers who are watching in Pacific Time. Then Monday to Friday, this is how it's going to look just for the next couple of weeks. So we're here 10 through 1 for the first show. That is 6 o'clock start Eastern Time, 3 o'clock a.m. Pacific. Then 2 till 5 for our second show of the day. That's 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific. And then, of course, our final show of the day, all these 3-hour shows as well. No, don't forget with this new schedule. That is a 2 o'clock Eastern Time start, 11 a.m. Pacific. Those times are only relevant until a fortnight tomorrow when we put our clocks forward and then we go back to where we are now. So this schedule is just for the next couple of weeks. It's all very complicated, but that's how it is looking for you from tomorrow here on Crafters TV. Right, we are going to have a look at the everyday word edgeable dies for you next. This is a lovely collection again because I look at these as being like, if you're quite new to crafting, you might look at some of our products and go, well, there's no way I can use those because I'm miles off creating a card like that. But here's the thing, these dies do all the work for you. And whether you're going to be using the everyday word edgeables to, simply cut into your cardstock to create this amazing effect, or whether you're going to be, cutting it out and using it to layer elsewhere on particular projects, all the work is done for you. And these almost are like mini creator cards because you cut this into your cardstock, you've got the beautiful detailing around this particular die, you've got the message there as well, add a little bit of colour, add a little embellishment on there, and you've created yourself a really super easy card, but they look the absolute business. Once again, we're giving you a whole host of different sentiments here. I mean, look at this. How cute is this? With the party hats, with the bunting, with the banners going across there, all that detailing left on the top of your project, and then the birthday cut into there as well. It's so clever how these dies work. It really, truly is. Just for you again. Look at this. And just when you think we couldn't go further with our edgeables, not only have you got the gorgeous detailing over the top of your card, but you've then got the ability just to poke those wings through, lift them through to give you even more depth and dimension and more detail on your projects. You've then got your With All My Love, again, I mean, so much to look at here, from the beautiful florals to the foliage to the swirls, beautifully, beautifully done. You've got the Congrats You Did It, and then lastly, within this collection, you've got your On Your Special Day. So plenty of sentiments again for all sorts of different occasions. Not only do we give you the 6 different dies to be working with, in this collection you're also going to receive 10 sheets of our Centura Metallic in the Solar Gold. So it's a super, super buy. £45.88 is the platinum price on this, $54.14 if you're shopping with us in the US and you're a platinum member. And we're going to see some finished cards with Lily. I can just never get my head quite round how we managed to engineer these dies to be able to create these, these beautiful projects. They're just stunning, aren't they?
Absolutely. There's so much thought and so much work that has gone into absolutely every single one of these dies. And you've got dies for so many different occasions within this collection. We're talking about every day, so any of your everyday occasions are pretty much covered within this range of the 6 die sets, and they really do hold their own even on larger cards. We talk about them being edgeables, but here it's not really an edgeable at all. We're creating our topper using that fantastic die cut, a little bit of paper piecing, using our incredible patterned and specialist cardstocks onto there, gives you an absolutely show-stopping make. Well, how about bringing in different concept card shapes? So using your Z fold cards, love this Bell Countryside 12 by 12 inch paper pad, and I have to say there's only a handful of these left on the website. So if you want some more of these, grab them while you can. I have to say I've got 2 pads and I'm running low on the first one, so I'm thinking I might need a third, but run and get these if you need them. But you can be using your dies with all your pretty pan papers, a little bit of inking onto there, onto your Z fold card. Looks absolutely show-stopping, but really not a lot of work needs to go into creating cards which look the absolute business, quite frankly. And then if you want to go something a little bit more zingy, a little bit more striking, how about bringing in some of your metallic Spectrum Noir products? And if you are a fan of your metallics, make sure you tune in to your Colour Me Happy tomorrow.
Is that just the cut elements at the top that you've used for these?
Yes, so literally we've die cut that, well, we wouldn't have actually needed to have die cut it again. This black piece, the fall away elements, we've actually sort of paper pieced these back in at the top. So of course you can be using your die cuts, snipping them out, using the waste as extra bits on other cards or on the same project. It looks absolutely stunning, but so many different options with this collection. It's just incredible.
Wow, certainly is. Loads of you just saying how much you've been loving the show today as well, which is really, really pleasing. Kathy Meyer says hello. Hello, Kathy. Lovely to have you with us. Hello. And Stephanie Theodos. Hello, Stephanie.
Hello.
Hello. Says,
Hello.
Hello. Says, good afternoon, everyone. I've been enjoying the shows with Lily and Ben. It's been a lovely day today. I was just saying to Lily a few moments ago, like, the shows always go very quickly for me here. I really do enjoy them. But today has gone, like, uber quickly, which means that I must have just been enjoying every single minute. Well, I mean, it's because Lily's here. It's because all my faves are in. Tracy's here. She's my fave.
Yay, Tracy.
Ah, she's just giving me a little wave. And we've got George squared in the gallery as well, so what more could you ask for? Rhonda says, good afternoon, crafty peeps. I'm late, so I'll go to the back of the class. Rhonda, where's your note?
You're late for a very important
You are
crafty
late.
date.
No time to say goodbye, hello. You're late, you're late, you're late. So we better get on with another demo, shall we?
Hey, we're best, yeah,
do
we're best start. We've not even looked at what we're going to be working with.
Haven't we? Oh, sorry.
You've not done your job. You've just thrown over to me and, yeah.
I was too nice. I was too busy being nice to everybody. Sorry. I thought, have I not? I know I have.
Over the
Have I not
edge.
shown this already?
No.
No? Did I not?
Who knows what's happening, Ben? Who knows?
I feel like I've just shown these. All right, okay, they're saying, yeah, all right, getting old. All right, getting old. I'm having a senior moment. I'm 43 next month. You're pushing me over the edge of all this banter going on in my ear, I tell you what. I was enjoying today until that moment. Might take it all back. I've had a terrible day. George and George, can't stand them. I need Johnny and Charlotte back. Right, the character, yeah, 5-piece selection. I still like you, Tracy, it's all right, it's these two clowns in my ear. And you, Lily, I still like you as well.
Oh, thank you.
The Edge collection. It's 5 sets you're going to get for an unbelievable price. It's a 70% saving today, £14.38 for this collection. Super cute, super fun, super easy to use. You're going to get within this set your birds and blooms. Within each set you get beautiful sort of cute animated stamps to create, in this case, these beautiful birdies on the watering can. There's lots of other stamps and dies besides the main kind of stamp that you've got lots of different sentiments, but the clever thing about this particular system is you don't just get the one die to cut out the main image, you get several different dies so that you can place your image wherever you want it to go on your cardstock. It's the same with the birthday bear or the birthday balloons, as we've called him here. You can pop him wherever you want him to go. I mean, if you wanted to cut him out, you know, as a full kind of stamped image, you could do, I suppose, but you have the full ability to pop him wherever you want him to go. Also within this collection, you are going to get the Magical Wishes, which is that gorgeous unicorn. So again, the one die, or the 3 dies I should say, to be able to pop him wherever you want the unicorn to go on your particular project. And as we talked about earlier on, the fact that you get so many different stamps in this collection means that actually, you know, you can create your own backgrounds as well. I think that those two together there is a stunning way to show you the versatility of this collection, because yes, you can create the most amazing cards with the dies, but then just use the stamps to create your own backgrounds. As Lily was saying a little bit earlier on, maybe you picked up the left fold alphabets, you can really personalise with these projects as well. You've then got your paw prints, again, a full collection bringing you these really cute little mutts. Having a bit of a bubble bath there, left, right, top, bottom, wherever you want to put them you can. You've got some lovely sentiments which, again, not just any old sentiments, we really think about how the sentiments might work with the particular characters that you've got in the collection. So you've got those there too. And then lastly, I have got the Hello Beautiful, which is the gorgeous butterflies for you too. So 15 dies, 5 sets, 50 stamps. Look at that price, £14.38 or $20.34 if you're platinum, is amazing. Now, they've just told me in my ear that it's time for me to go and have my cup of cocoa and relax for a minute whilst Lily does the demo on this one. Now we're all up to speed and we're all ready and done. Apologies.
So now you know what you're actually getting in the collection. Should we have a little play with it? So,
Don't you start! For goodness sake. Carry on.
I'm taking the Paw Prints stamp and die set. Now this is so super cute. It's just absolutely fabulous. So we've got our stamp set with, of course, our main image of the lovely little doggies having their bath, but also we've got all the embellishments, all the sentiments on there as well. And when we talk about the dies, we're not just talking about the one die to give us one option. We are literally having a full sheet of dies with lots of different options as to whether you're cutting it out on the left, on the right, top or bottom. It's completely up to you. So we've got so many choices with every single set. But let's get crafting and just show you a little idea of what you can be doing with these fabulous stamps and dies when you get them home. So I've taken a 7x5 inch white card base, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to start by doing a little bit of stamping. So I'm going to open out my card base, my 7x5 inches, and because we're going to use alcohol pens, I'll be using my Nina cardstock to cut this out of. So what we're going to do is I'm going to add my magnets to the lower section, because this is the part that we're actually going to stamp onto. Just hold that into position. I'm going to take our stamp side down. I'm going to position this, and this is a beauty, we can position it wherever we like. I'm going to pop it onto there, and then we're going to pick up our stamp onto the lid of our platform, just using our fingertips just to pick that stamp up like so. Then we're going to turn over our stamping platform, taking a Finesse alcohol proof ink in Noir Black. Now because we're going to colour this in using some of our tri-blends that we've also got on the show, we do need our alcohol proof ink just to make sure that it doesn't bleed when we add that alcohol ink over the top. I'm going to stamp that down, so nice firm even pressure all over that stamp to transfer that ink from the stamp onto our cardstock. And you can see first time we've got a beautifully crisp stamped impression. If that wasn't dark enough, because I know sometimes I like a really sharp, crisp outline to my stamped images, you can always go back over, re-ink and re-stamp. Because your stamp and your cardstock haven't moved with using your stamp platform, you can just go and stamp back in exactly the same place. But we're going to bring our dies into play. So I've chosen this die because we're going to cut out the little doggy on the right hand side. So what we're going to do is going to take a piece of low tack tape. Now when you are working with your stamps and dies and you're lining them up, please make sure you always tape them down into position. You really don't want them to move. So I'd always say at least a couple of pieces of low tack tape. If you've got the one piece, that piece will be stuck down, but what you can find is the bottom part can actually pivot. So you want a piece at least top and bottom, and I know that when I send this through my die cutting machine, it's not going to move.
Have you got any dogs in your family?
I don't know. My sister has 2 tortoises.
Right.
Yeah, they're called Olive and Gigantes, and if you go over to my Instagram, she said Olive and Gigantes.
Gigantes?
Yeah, it's Greek name.
Does that mean giant?
Yeah, because she's the little baby one, so it's like ironic.
Ah, okay.
She sent me a picture earlier and I shared it on my Instagram if you've seen it. She had them on her stomach and they were watching me on the telly earlier. So
how big are they?
One of them's about that big, and the other one's probably about that big. But yeah, they're ever so cute, but they're enjoying watching the crafting earlier. So
Olive and Gigantes.
Yeah, very cute. Or we just call it Gig for short.
Gig,
yeah, it's
Olive
easier.
Gig.
Now I added my tape onto that right hand side because that's going to be my waist. We're actually going to be cutting that piece. So if I do rip this piece ever so slightly, I'm not concerned at all. So I'm not taking as much care as I usually would to remove my tape, just because I know this is the waist and I'm actually going to be cutting this away. So I'm not massively bothered. You can see I've ripped my cardstock, but that's not a problem at all. What we're going to do then is we're going to take a pair of scissors and we're just going to release this right hand side of the card. So I'm going to snip up like so. So you can be using a pencil and a ruler to mark this out, but I'm just going to go a little bit gung-ho at this time on a Saturday night. We're just going to go for it. We're going to go freehand. I'm usually not too bad at cutting straight lines, but I mean, I've been cutting dies upside down and back to front and
Who
all
knows
sorts
what's gonna
today.
happen?
So who knows how this is going to look, quite frankly. But just cutting upwards to complete that.
Doesn't matter
that
if it looks a
cut
bit dog-eared, does it?
line. Oh no, we're going to say it's theme of the card. It's a
Dog-eared.
doggy card, theme of the card.
Hey.
All matching beautifully.
I mean,
I think that's all right, actually. That doesn't look too bad. So we've literally just cut down onto there with our doggy design, and we're going to add a little bit of colour onto here. So we've got the tri-blends on the show. I have to say I absolutely love these pens. They are so easy to work with. So I'm taking our red brown blend even. Try saying that this time on a Saturday
What was it again?
night. Red brown blend.
Wow.
I know. It's not so easy to say.
Nearly as difficult as, what was it earlier on, the double fan fold?
Double fan fold, yeah.
Yeah.
That was an interesting one, wasn't it?
Does anyone, sorry, just thinking out of the box a little bit here, does anyone ever make cards for their pets?
Oh yeah, loads of people do, I think.
And let us know on the socials if you do. I only say
Yeah.
that, well, A, because obviously we're looking at these doggies, but B, a few of you probably know, so I've got a border collie called Mac, whose birthday is in August, but I've also got a cat called Nut.
Of course.
And it's her birthday tomorrow. Do you know how she's going to be?
Oh, go on, tell us.
20.
Oh,
That is
wow.
old for a cat, isn't it?
Yeah.
20 years old she's going to be, bless her. So we had to buy her some birthday presents because Daisy's very big on getting presents for the pets. So we bought her like a new little kitty play thing because she's still quite playful for a 20-year-old. She's 90. She's going to be 97 years old. I thought it was 100 after a bit, but 97 in human years. So yeah, so maybe I should make Nut a little card for tomorrow.
Yeah, that would be lovely.
Yeah.
Sure she'd appreciate it.
She probably prefer some nice food and some catnip, but yeah.
You can have both. Humans get both.
Hey?
Humans get both. You know, you can have a present and a card.
No, yeah, I suppose so. Cats do sleep for about 16 hours a day. Nut sleeps for more like about 20 hours. Honestly, but she is nearly 100, so
Who can blame her, right?
if I get to nearly 100 years old, I'll probably be sleeping for most of the day as well. Let us know in the socials though about your pets, and also Georgina just said not long then. Let us know if you've got any like old pets as well. I'm always like amazed by like pets that go like on and on and on. Like tortoises, for example.
Yeah.
They live like human years, don't they?
Oh, they live to like over 100. Yeah. So my sister's got a long time left with those two little
So what do
ladies.
you do though? So what do you do when you go? Do you just hand them down?
Well, I'll
in
be
the
the next
family?
one to have them because I'm younger than my sister, and then I guess if I have children, I'll have to hand them down the generations.
Are you a tortoise fan?
Am I a tortoise fan?
Like, I mean, would you? I mean, obviously, if your sister asked you to look after them, you would. But would you necessarily? I don't know. Would you want tortoises?
Well, I used to when I lived with them. They were sort of mine. So yeah, they're sweet. They're easy maintenance. They're all right if you're out working during the day. They just potter about in the terrarium. You know.
In where?
Terrarium.
I suppose they don't go very far, do they?
No, I mean, she has them in the garden sometimes if she's sat watching them, if it's a nice sunny day. But I mean, they don't go very far. They are pretty slow.
Do they cost a lot to look after? I mean, do you have to sort of shell out a lot for them?
No, you don't have to shell out too much, I'm afraid. I could see that coming, eh?
Emma Ryan says, "Hi everyone, I've got two tortoises, one called Tiddlers and one called Chase."
Oh.
Lorna Jane says, "I've never known a cat to be over 15. That is a great age. 20 is amazing, isn't it? It's old." Lisa says, "My cats are 12 and 10. Funny names. No, 12 and 10. They came with me to England from Okinawa, and next week I'm taking them to the USA. Yeah, I always think cats live to about 14, 15 is a good age. Maybe our cat Nut's going to outlive us.
Yeah, you'll have to pass her down the generations like a tortoise. When I'm gone, please can you look after?
Yeah, in me will. Kids, you can have the house, you can have whatever money I've got left on. By the way, here's the cat. She's 60. Oh dear. Pets, eh?
Yeah. But looking at this stamp has just given us all those sort of memories, giving us all those thoughts about pets. It's nice, isn't it, when you see an image like this, just sort of thought-provoking, makes you think of your pets. So this could be a card you're sending to your pets, absolutely, or just one that you're sending to an animal lover.
Yeah.
So all I'm doing is I'm literally just colouring in our little doggy using some of our tri-blends that we do have on today's show. It's a fantastic selection that you get there. You get lots of different colours, so perfect for colouring in lots of different types of images. Work perfectly with the stamps that we've got on today's show, not just these ones, but your peekaboo stamps as well. It will work absolutely brilliantly with.
36 you've got your coastal blends, which are your blues, you've got vintage blends, exotic blends, your natural blends, portrait blends and floral blends. So 6 different sets, 36 markers in total, but again, you know, you get 3 different colours per pen, don't you? Or 3 different hues, I should say, per pen. So you've got a lot there, haven't you? Work it out, Ben, quickly.
Somebody get a calculator quick.
72, 108, 108, 108, 108, I'm pretty sure it is. 108 different shades, yes, 108 shades. £75.99 or $114.39. And actually, if you've already got these, you'll know how good the tri-blend markers are. If you haven't, I mean, as Lily's showing you here, colouring like an absolute expert, these can make you an expert in colouring in no time, because they're going to help you to get that perfect blend, because you've got the light, the medium and the dark hue in each of the different colours. So it does make it a lot easier for you to get good at colouring quickly, Lily, doesn't it?
Absolutely. I know it sounds daft, but the thing that scares people the most about colouring is colour.
Yeah.
I know it sounds silly, but it's what works with what. It's what colours to blend together, what shades to use to get that seamless, smooth blend. And it can sometimes get a little bit confusing as to, you know, your 3-pen blends, what pens am I going to use, what's going to work. Well, we've taken all of that thinking out of that for you. So within each pen, like Ben said, we've got 3 different colours, but they're not just random pretty colours that we've popped together. They are 3 shades that will work together beautifully. So you've got your light, your mid and your dark, and by blending all 3 of these together, like we did on that little doggy, you'll get that beautifully seamless blend onto all of your colouring projects. We've got lots of different colours in the range, so there's something for colouring in all your different sorts of stamped images, whether you're doing animals like we've got here, whether you're doing humans, flowers, there's something for everyone in that range. It's absolutely fabulous. I have to say, I love my tri-blends. They are so easy to colour with.
Cute.
You can see going for a slightly different colour combination on this one. And we've added a couple of the embellishment stamps that you're also getting within the collection onto there, just to finish it off. So again, when we talk about it being a collection of stamps, we're talking about having all the extras included into there. It's not just about our 2 gorgeous little doggies, it's about all the sentiments as well. So what we've done is we've taken the Sorry You're Feeling Woof, which I have to say is absolutely fabulous. If you are feeling a little bit woof and you receive a card like this, it's just going to put a smile on your face. It's just something that's going to brighten your day when you're not feeling particularly fantastic, and perhaps you're having a hard time or you're just a little bit poorly. This is guaranteed to put a little smile on your face. So we're adding this onto a piece of Centura Pearl, that's our baby blue, and then we're layering it again onto another panel, and this is our lilac. So Mats and Layers is going to draw the eye into our sentiment that we've stamped onto there. And we've just stamped that using some of our black ink. What we're going to do is we're going to add this panel onto the left-hand side of our card. So adding some of our, of course, our tape runner onto there. With it being flat matting and layering, this is going to give us a really strong bond, but it's going to do it really quickly. So we're not having to wait for glue to dry, or we're having to peel the backs off a tape. This is going to give us that instant stick onto our card, and it's going to give us a fabulous finished effect as well with all our matting and layering. So we've got our lovely doggies on the right that we've coloured in using our tri-blends, our sentiment on the left, and then because we've got this area exposed, we're going to add some mats and layers into the centre. Exactly the same sort of system, I'll say system, that sounds a bit grand, same sort of layout if you like, as we have done on the front. So we've got a white panel, matted and layered onto that lilac even, and then onto our baby blue. Adding that into the centre of our card base, and then just to finish off, we're going to add a little ribbon bow onto there. So we've used both purple and blue ribbon into our bow, and I'm going to add some of my tape runner onto the back, and then I do just find it easier if I add a little bit of tape runner onto the actual card itself. And now it's going to stick into position. If we add that onto the top right, let's just rearrange our ribbon tails a little bit more, just to frame that section and just to add a little bit of detail on that top left, just to draw the eye down into our fabulous little doggies on the bottom right. But how cute, quick and easy to create. You can spend as long as you like doing your colouring. You can really, really enjoy colouring all your lovely little doggies in, but really fun to work with these dies. And of course we could have been cutting it on the other side, we could have been cutting it along the top, but using that die to cut that out on the right hand side gives you that interesting effect onto your makes, just like so.
Really cute, really fun. What a price today as well. £14 and change if you're platinum, $20.34. Don't forget, of course, as well, if you are shopping with us today, that free gift which will pop into your basket should you spend £20 or $30. Lynn just saying that card is looking lovely. I love all of the comments coming through about pets as well, and I think a collection like this is just brilliant. If you have got pets, if you know someone who's got pets, maybe you've got like a particular animal charity that you like to support as well. When you've got characters like this within the collection, makes it super usable. Lynn says, please give your cat Nut a big hug and a tickle from me and wish her a happy birthday. I will, tomorrow. Mary says, wow, that's amazing, Ben. My 16-year-old cat is still very playful too. I know, like Nut, like she runs around the house still, like she's a little kitten, and she was the runt of the litter as well, so she's really tiny. Everyone, like, no one can believe that she's nearly 20 years old. My gran had a cat that lived to 19, said Mary. Kirsty D says, I have 2 cats, Comet, now known as Chicken Nugget Cat. If you know, you know. Who is 14 next month, and Freya, who's 6. She's named after the Norse goddess whose chariot was pulled by 2 cats. I've never heard of that, but that is amazing. Emma says, I have a Jack Russell. Guess what he's called? Jack Russell. He's 14. That's, again, a great age. Mary Rena says, I've got 7 cats. 7 cats. 1 is my daughter's that lives with me, and 3 dogs, one of which is also my daughter's. One of my friends says I have a herd. I mean, you're getting on for that way, aren't you, really? And lots of you just saying how much you're enjoying all of the shows today as well. The full collection here, you're going to get all of these characters, right? I've only got a couple of the sample boards to show you, but just to put in your mind's eye the value for money that you're getting, because again, with this collection alone, which is the birthday bear or the birthday balloons, all of the dies you're going to get to place the character wherever you want to place the character, and then all of these stamps as well. This alone is a 12-piece stamp and die set, right? And it's going to afford you so much creativity. You're going to be getting out your tri-blends, you're going to be enjoying colouring these images in, and you're going to have a lot of fun with them as well. If you want to get crafting with the kids, I mentioned Monday's National Craft with the Kids Day. This is the kind of set you'll be crafting with the kids and the grandkids with. They will absolutely love this. Birds and Bloom you'll also get as well. Again, all those dies to pop the characters exactly where you want them to go on your project. All of those stamps too, and again, like we were pointing out and Lily was showing you, you get your main stamp, but here with the birds you get lots of foliage, you get the little flowers and the leaves, and a selection of different sentiments to use as well. Here you've got things like thank you, wishing you a lovely day, thinking of you, and more. But then on top of that, don't forget, you're going to get the set which allows you to create these gorgeous unicorn cards. That one is the magical wishes, all right? So you get all of those beautiful stamps and dies to be able to create cards with that unicorn. You've just seen the beautiful doggies there. They're also included within this collection. And lastly in this set, you've got the Hello Beautiful, which is the stunning butterflies. All of those come with the dies to be able to create that edgeable effect wherever you want it to be. Stamps galore, 50 stamps, 15 dies, £14 is just an unbelievable price today. Get this collection. If you haven't yet got it, you'll love it. And it will get you a step closer to getting that free gift as well. Well, if you're in the US, actually, you just under $10 away, £5 away if you're shopping with us in the UK. Also, just wanted to point out, and it's worth kind of reiterating these and recapping on them, the double-sided edgeable dies. When I showed you these earlier on, they actually, you couldn't get them because these weren't on the system, had a few gremlins. You've got double-sided patented technology from us here at Crafters Companion in edgeable form. So again, it is one die, and Lily will show you some finished samples in a second, but one die which will give you 2 different designs. So you choose the colours that you want to work with, piece the designs together to create the most beautiful edgeable design. In this set, you've got dancing butterflies. You've also got those beautiful stars in there. We've got the fleur de lis, which is that gorgeous, gorgeous design. You've got the pretty florals. We've got the stunning lily border as well. You've also got hearts in there and your falling stars. All of those included, patented technology, 7 dies, but it's kind of like you're getting 14 really, isn't it? Because you've got the 2 different cuts either side for that amazing price. £21.82 if you're platinum, $25.18. We will have a look at these. Worth bearing in mind that if you haven't yet got double-sided plates and you're buying this collection, you will need the double-sided plates to go with. These are specialist plates that you need to use with our double-sided dies. These plates, by the way, don't normally bundle them up, but we've bundled them together for you today. So you're going to get the double-sided plates to use with your Gemini and also the double-sided plates to use with your Junior as well. So both sets of plates you're going to get. And don't forget, you get 2 plates in each, so 4 plates in total with a 25% saving, £16.80, 35% saving, even better, $21.60 if you're shopping with us in the US. Get those. If you're getting those, is all I would say, and you will absolutely love this technology. So clever, isn't it? Our double-sided dies, and now we're doing them with edgeables as well. It's just incredible.
Made in heaven, isn't it, quite frankly. I love my double-sided dies. I love my edgeables. Bringing them together is going to be an absolutely winning combination. And you can create absolutely fabulous designs just like this. So you can be cutting along the top of your card, and by using this double-sided technology, you've got that layering effect. So you've got that top layer and then you've got your lower layer. So using that double-sided technology, we can put that in just the one pass. But really, really fabulous cards can be created easily, just like that. How about cutting them on the diagonal of your card? So don't just think about them being a sort of straight edge, think about cutting them on the diagonal of your cards. Having that fabulous effect, that layered effect that we've got with these double-sided dies, just gives it that little point of difference and makes your cards really stand out. But what about cutting one on either side to give you that really different looking effect? You don't just have to cut one, you can of course be cutting the 2 and adding them together like so. A little bit of ribbon and a butterfly into the centre gives you a really striking, sweet little card. But using these double-sided edgeable dies, they are such fun to work with. Just have a play, think about all your different edgeable concepts, but with them being double-sided, you've got that layering ability in just one pass through your die cutting machine.
Absolutely amazing. And Stephanie Theodos has just taken the words right out of my mouth. She said another great bargain with that collection. It really, truly is. Lots of chat as well about the over-the-edge characters. Lorna Jane just saying, those little birds could go with the Happy Ever After ornate frame set to make a Cinderella theme. I love that. The bride stamp coloured in blue. And Rhonda Crowley says, my cat Katrina, I love that name, Katrina, is 18, which is 88 in human years. Wow. She is looking her age these days. I guess at 88, I might not be as sharp either, says Rhonda.
Oh, you never know.
You
never know.
You never, ever know. We'll have a quick break in just a second, give you a chance to check out your baskets. Worth just having a quick recap on our Get It Got It Good this week, which is brilliant. If you love your metallics, it's almost like a great little... it's almost like a Try Me selection, but slightly bigger than a Try Me selection because you do get a lot. It's like a Try Me price, though, where we're going to give you a selection of our metallic pens. So you're going to get the rare minerals and also the antique elements. Dual tip to these as well. Beautiful, beautiful colours that you're going to get to give you that metallic sheen as well, which is just gorgeous. Water-based inks too, so plenty of different ways that you can use these. Colour-wise within this particular collection, I'll have to put my glasses on because the old eyes are getting tired on a Saturday night. You've got your antique pearl, vintage satin, tarnished silver, rose gold, aged copper, and then your ancient bronze. You're also going to get in the rare mineral set your pink quartz, your red garnet, your green citrine, you've got jade, blue topaz and amethyst. Plus, on top of all of that, you're also going to get a set of our gorgeous metallic pencils as well. These are stunning. Again, richly pigmented pencils. The colour palette on these, again, is absolutely stunning. And what I would say to you is you know, You can obviously use these on your lighter cardstock, but the best way to kind of see that metallic sheen shine through is to use these and, of course, those pens as well on your darker cardstock. That's where this week's Get It Got It Good is brilliant, because we're going to give you 30 sheets of our premium black paper for free within this deal. I say paper, it's 240 GSM, so it's more like a card weight. 9 by 12 inches is the size on this, and you get 30 sheets of that for free within this deal. Should be £47, $63. Everyone saves $9.99 or $14.95. Platinum members, you get another 20% off as well. That deal, whilst it is phenomenal, it will disappear at the end of play tomorrow. So if you are thinking of getting this, do make sure that you pick it up. And yes, great point there, that if you do pick up this deal, it will also qualify you for that free mystery gift. Worth just bearing that in mind before we just head to the break. Free mystery gift on all orders over £20 or $30 across the weekend. So if you've already bought today and you spent over that much, you'll get a free mystery gift. If you come back later on and buy again, you'll get another free mystery gift whilst that is running. Also worth bearing in mind that over the course of this weekend, we're giving you the opportunity to get buy one, get one half price on selected pre-cut half-metre bundles to celebrate World Quilting Day. Loads to be excited about. Lots of reasons to be checking out your baskets right now. So let's give you a couple of minutes to do that. And we will come back and wrap up the show in just a few moments' time. We've got more demos. We've got more votes to do. Oh, it's all happening. Come right back. We'll see you in a second.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Quiet. The neighbours.
I'm all out of Zoom. I'm so lost without you. I'm not singing.
Lisa, if you email in, don't send a picture of your air fryer. Make sure it's something creative.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
You entertain us. You give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
Joy, there's not a dry eye in the studio here. Debbie's welling up, I'm welling up.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV. Create every day. Quick Buy. All your crafting must-haves in a flash. Draw, decorate, and customize your world with the colorful Spectrum Noir acrylic paint markers. Each premium paint marker gives opaque coverage on ceramic, glass, wood, and let's not forget paper, cardstock, and canvas. These versatile markers are filled with highly pigmented premium water-based paint, offering beautiful, rich, and smooth coverage. The colors can be blended together, and the fast-drying opaque paint is ideal for layering. A 3mm bullet tip offers smooth strokes, and a precision valve mechanism allows rich and consistent flow with no clogging. Quick Buy. All your crafting must-haves in a flash.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the Crafters Companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Lots of you checking out your baskets there. Thank you, George. As one bear said to the other bear, why the big paws? Lorna Jane says, I was using these earlier today. I got them ages ago and they are still going strong. Love my metallic markers, says Rhonda, so much so that I bought 2 sets. And Gilmore says, OMG, I just saw my name again in that chat during the commercial. Gotta watch what we say here, lol. It could come back to haunt us. I think it's too late to worry about that. Some of the stuff you guys have put over the years, I shouldn't worry too much about that. That's why we've got to always watch what we say and do on these shows as well, because it's not like these shows ever get deleted. They are there forever for you to come back and watch. So that's why we're always on our best behaviour, never mucking about or anything like that. Let's do the demo of the show, shall we? Because we've got to do demo of the show, then we've got to do demo of the day, and we want to squeeze in another demo. So let's do that first of all. This is going to be tough, but Lily has got some amazing makes for you to get voting on. What have you made, Mrs.
Right, first of all, we looked at our statement, sentiment, word edgeables. So that is demo number 1.
Okay.
There we go. Demo number 2 is just sneaking on. It was that box that we did with our modern edgeables. So that is demo number 2. And then finally, the one we've just done with our cute little doggies is your demo number 3. So 1, 2 or 3, what's it going to be? You
have got about 3 or 4 minutes to get your vote in on that one. I think I know what the winner's going to be, but I'm not saying. Next up, love those little woofers that we had a little while back on your Over the Edge. Next up, it is all about the Pick-Up-Or, the Everyday Stamp and Die collection. These again are absolutely super cute. Front and back stamps to be able to create that really cute effect where you've got your character peeking over your aperture. Now, you get the die here again to be able to cut out the character. You've got a die there as well to be able to cut out part of the sentiment, and then you can pair it up with all of the different stamps that you've got to be able to create the sentiment that you want. But look at this, right? So you've got the cute little elephant there looking over the top of the aperture. Open it up. Look! There's the cute little elephant bottom. It's cute. It's really lovely. He's there. It's so lovely. I love this so much. By the way, we do have the apertures available for you individually on the show as well if you want to grab those. Next up is the Pick-Up-Or bear. These are as well, I think, awesome for using in other projects as well, not just with this particular collection. But once again, there's your little bear, front and back, little die. The die there to be able to cut out the bear and then make up your own little saying. There you've got a little bear behind. Whee! There, whee! Then you've got your giraffe, wild about you, or wild on your birthday. Whatever you want, you can completely personalise this. There's a little back of the giraffe as well. And then lastly in this collection, you've got a cute little bunny. Might be nice for some Easter makes, because Easter not too far away either. All of those. What a price. £13.42 platinum, or $19.10 if you're shopping with us in the US and you're a platinum member. And we do have individually the little doggy on his own as well. You can get that individually. And also the dies to be able to cut out the actual window. So the circular and the square arches are available for you individually. We'll pop up the details at the bottom of the screen for those. Let's have a look at some finished cards though with Lily. So those are the window arches, bottom of the screen, that you'll want to pop into your basket as well. These are just too cute, aren't they?
These are just such fun. They're such cute little dice. So you've got your front, but you've also got the back as well. But how fabulous are these? Using your embossing folders, some of your pattern papers, such fun cards, mixing and matching and building your own sentiments. Even bringing in more of a wintry theme, some of your gilding flakes onto here, some of your lovely stencil backgrounds, gives you a fantastic effect. But when you open it up, it's just super fun. And finally, just another one to whet your crafty appetite. How sweet is that for a new baby? Just fabulous with that sort of jungle theme. It looks incredible using these stamps and dies. I love them. They're just so much fun. Fabulous range of stamp and dies for you guys to get crafting with at home.
Absolutely, and what a price today as well. £13, $19. That's the deal on this collection. If you want to jump in and grab it, 8 dies and 49 stamps. As I said, when we had at the bottom of the screen the details on the window watches, grab those as well. I do have a winner for the demo of the show. Well, let me just tell you, Grace, who's on the socials this evening, literally sent me in like a list straight away, literally within about a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There was like about 10 votes within about the first second, and then I think pretty much landslide. You know what one?
Box.
Number 2. Give it a little wave. I'm coming over. Give it a
Going
little
over
wave.
too?
There it is. And I'll bring it over here now, see, because we're going to do the demo of the demo of the day. Now this is going to be a tough one. Let's get this going, right? Because, I mean, Lily's going to win, but which one is going to win? I would not like to have to call this at all. That's why we're going to give you about 5 minutes to get your votes in. So make number one, Lily's make earlier on from Play Your Crafts Right, using one of the modern edgeables, the beautiful butterflies, in such a different way to be able to create that scrapbook page. You used, it was a masquerade paper, wasn't it, on that one?
It certainly was, yeah.
That was phenomenal. Then you thought, oh, she won't top that. Then in Masterclass earlier on, creating this beautiful make, got a bit more of a sort of a Mother's Day, maybe sort of Easter feel to it. That gorgeous card won by a landslide on the second show. And then the one that you've just voted for now, number 3, again, using those beautiful edgeable dies, but this time creating that box with the vintage butterfly papers. What a decision you got to make. 3, 2, 1. You've got 5 minutes. I would not like to have to call it. Get voting now, and we'll announce the result in just a few moments' time. Lily, right, what can you pop together for us in the next sort of 5 or 6 minutes?
Right, we're going to have to do a little bit of here's one I'd done earlier,
Okay.
but we're going to show you exactly how you can actually make a really nice card using these stamp and dies. So we are going to be using the window arches, we're going to be using the giraffe and the elephant. So what have we done? So I've taken a piece of cardstock that measures 7.5 inches by 6 inches. And then on the left hand side, we've scored in at 3/4 of an inch and 1 1/4 inch. And we've done exactly the same on the other side. We've scored in at 3/4 of an inch and 1 1/4 inch. Then what we're going to do, we're not going to cut these just because we've not got time. I'm going to show you exactly how I do it. So I'd take my window arches die and I'd actually cut that first, one at a time. And then I would, once we've got our aperture into there, it will cut the 3 sides. Then to complete the cut at the bottom, I'd take the wild die and I'd line it up so that bottom cutting edge, because if we look at our die, it cuts out at the top but stays in at the bottom. We've got that cutting line on the left and right hand side there. I'd line up that cutting edge with that cut piece that we would have just cut using our window arches die. And then we'd take our giraffe die and we'd line that up on the right hand side. I find it easier when I'm doing a concept card like this to die cut first and then stamp into that die cut image. But we'd cut all that and then that would give us our window element. But can you see from the top, we've just marked a line in about 1 inch from the top. What we do is take this die, and this comes from the elephant die set. We'd actually cut that into the top and then trim that excess away. And then once that's all cut, I'd then stamp those 2 elements into there. So you can see our giraffe lines up perfectly with our die. So we'd have the die cut, we'd tape that, well, we'd use our magnets to position that in our stamp platform. We'd stamp our giraffe, and then we'd do exactly the same at the top with our little elephant's head. He'd just be poking at the top of the card. We'd stamp that very, very easily. So we'd do our die cutting first, and then we would do our stamping. So we'd end up with something a little bit like this. Once you've coloured it in, all I've done is I've gone in with some of our tri-blends that we've got on today's show. I've coloured in the wild just to make that stand out. Of course, you could be cutting that again in black and paper piecing that if you find it easier. Just trim out along the base. And then we have coloured in our lovely little elephant. But don't forget, we started with a larger piece of card. We cut our elephant with the die, then we trimmed either side to give us that straight edge left and right, and that is the start of our card. What we're going to do is we're going to fold back, and of course on the inside we have added our stamps onto there just for that fun element. It just gives it that little point of difference, makes it even more fun as a stamp and die set. So that little bit of humour makes it really special.
Absolutely.
And a raise a smile when you get one of these through the post, that's for sure. So we've cut a piece of white cardstock again. This time it is measuring 7.5 by 5 1/4, and that is literally, and we've scored again at 3/4 and 1 1/4 on each side, as these 2 are going to match up, and it's going to give us our card fold like so. So we get an interesting little little card shape onto there. We've created our own sky design just using some of our inks, using a blending tool, some of our Harmony water reactive inks from Spectrum Noir. It's super simple to create a really effective looking sky using your ink pads. So we're applying a little bit of our tape runner onto these two tabs, and then we're going to stick one at a time to each other. So lining up the left hand tab onto there, then stick that down and then turn it over and do exactly the same with the other side of our mechanism. I'm going to line that up, and with it being our tape pen, we know it's going to be a nice strong bond onto there, and it's perfect for a construction element like we've got here. And I'm just going to reinforce those score lines, and it does all fold flat for posting, as you can see, which is fantastic. So we've got a really dimensional looking card that folds flat for posting. We're going to add a little bit of embellishments onto here, so using our Builder Border stamp and dies. You'll find these on the website.
Yep.
Just to bring this card together, just embellish it a little bit more. I'm going to add some of the bunting onto that card, and then we're bringing in some of the other sentiment stamps, so you can be building your own sentiments using them in conjunction with the dies. So we're going for Have a Wild Birthday, and just for that foot element I'm going to add them at a little quirky angle. Got a few more stamped images that we've just coloured in using our fabulous tri-blends that we've also got on the show. If you've not checked those out yet, then do just have a little look, because there's a fabulous range of bright colours that are going to be perfect for all your colouring needs.
I think this is my favourite card, I can't vote for it.
I know. It's disqualified from the vote, eh? So we're adding our balloons onto each side. Those are just die cut, and they're being coloured in again using our tri-blends. And just to make sure that's stuck down, I'm going to add a little bit of our tape runner, and that will even stick things like our twine, like we've got on our card here. So again, it's our tape runners are not just for our cardstock and our mats and layers, they're from mixed media crafting as well, which is absolutely fabulous. So many uses. And then our final one onto the right hand side. Of course, you can be taking a lot more time at home, enjoying the colouring process, creating something really quite special using your fabulous peekaboo dies. But think you've got all the different designs within this collection. You could be doing this with any of the different animals that you've got, but super fun. Just a nice card, perhaps perfect for a children's birthday or a party invite. It would just be fab.
Great card, great bundle today as well, just £13 and change, $19.10 if you're shopping with us in the US and you're platinum. A few final little things to wrap up on. First and most importantly, what did you vote for as your demo of the day?
Ooh.
Number 3, it's the box that's done it, so congratulations to Lee. We shall pop that up onto our Crafty Walk of Fame. You could be retaining your title tomorrow with that effort, I'm thinking. You'll get to vote for your favourite overall project of the week on Second Chance Sunday tomorrow evening this time. Just before we disappear as well, worth bearing in mind and just recapping, did you know the tape pens are back in stock? Yay! Now here's the thing. The tape pens, basically you buy 4, you only pay for 3, £9.57 or $14.28. These have been flying. They're back in stock, but here's the thing. Which means you need to, there's your price. If you need to stock up on your dotted tape pens, these are flying even quicker than the tape pens. So again, great news for everybody, because the dotty tape pens are, however, they're, which means you need to, £11.98 platinum, $16.68 if you're shopping with us in the US and you are platinum. Tomorrow, show times will change because, of course, in the US, daylight savings springing forward. I love the fact we put that spring forward, fall back, spring forward, just to remind us. Maybe they just put that on there for me so I don't forget. But from tomorrow, this will be the times for you. So tomorrow, Colour Me Happy, 12 o'clock here in the UK, will be 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 a.m. Pacific. 3 o'clock tomorrow, Masterclass will be 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 o'clock Pacific. And then tomorrow night, Second Chance Sunday, 7 p.m. here in the UK, which will be 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 midday Pacific. And of course, those times will change through the week for you as well. So heading to Monday through Friday, again, all of those different times for you too, which we'll recap on tomorrow. Those show times, though, only like that for the next 2 weeks, as we will catch you up here in the UK in 2 weeks' time. Lily, thank you so much. I know I'm with Craig for a couple of shows tomorrow, but you're joining us for Colour Me Happy. Any sneaky peeks as to what's coming up?
Oh, I can't wait. We've got a metallic show, so all things sparkling, shiny and gorgeous we're going to be bringing to you. It's going to be absolutely fantastic, so make sure you join us tomorrow and all day as well. It's going to be a fabulous day, as ever. It
really will. It's going to be fun. Love you, Lily. We'll be back. As I say, Craig will be here with me for a couple of shows as well, so looking forward to that. Massive thank you to all the team. Thank you to Grace, who's been super on the socials today. Thank you also to Rachel. Thank you to Tracy. Thank you also to George Squared. George Squared in the gallery, they've been all right. They've been not too bad. Mediocre. No, they've been brilliant, as always. And a big thank you to you guys for watching as well. Check out your baskets. Get these goodies. Get the tape pens, because we might come tomorrow and find out that the stock's been decimated. Have a brilliant rest of your Saturday, and we will both see you tomorrow morning here at Crafters TV.